welcome viewers who are watching News X, and I'm Kriti Mehta. A lot of news updates have taken place today, all that require discussion, a take on how things have changed so quickly and so drastically. Let's start with the petrol and diesel fuel hike today. Countrywide, there has been a hike in fuel prices by 3 rupees. Some are asking how now, just after the elections have concluded, why, after the government had been saying there's enough stock for at least 2 months period of crude supply. Let me open this up with my colleagues who've joined me today. I have Mr. Rakesh Singh. He's the managing editor of India News here. Uday Pratap Singh is there with us. Uday is senior editor with us at NewsX, and Siddharth Rege is also news editor with us on the desk here. राकेश सर, मैं आपसे स्टार्ट करना चाहती हूँ. क्या रिएक्शन है आज? 3 रुपये से बढ़ गया है पेट्रोल. दूसरे कंट्रीज़ के मुकाबले काफ़ी कम है. इंडिया में सिर्फ 3.5% हाइक है, जहाँ दूसरे कंट्रीज़ में 10 से 35% तक फ्यूल प्राइसेस हाइक हो चुके हैं अब तक.
सही कहा आपने कृति. जिस तरह से जो पेट्रोलियम प्राइसेस बढ़ाने का फैसला सरकार को पहले ले लेना चाहिए था, क्योंकि जिस तरह से अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्थिति है, जिस तरह से आप 100 से डॉलर से प्रति बैरल से ज़्यादा जो है प्राइसेस आपके अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मार्केट में क्रूड ऑयल मिल रहे हैं, और ऐसी स्थिति में साफ तौर पे कई बार जो हैं पेट्रोलियम मिनिस्ट्री के अधिकारी, पेट्रोलियम मिनिस्टर हरदीप पुरी ने भी इसको लेकर बातें कही कि 1000 करोड़ रुपए का नुकसान प्रतिदिन हो रहा है पेट्रोलियम कंपनियों को. तो ऐसी स्थिति में इसके सिवाय उपाय नहीं था. लेकिन भारत सरकार ने देखिए, राजनीतिक दलों के, विपक्षी दलों के लीजिएगा तो विपक्षी दल इसकी आलोचना करेंगे, लेकिन 3 रुपये, मैं अगर एज ए एडिटर मैं समझ रहा था कि 5 से 10 रुपये की बढ़ोतरी हो सकती है, लेकिन 3 रुपये जैसे ही सुबह सुबह मैंने देखा तो उसमें 3 रुपये, तो हमें ज़्यादा मतलब आश्चर्य उस तरह से नहीं हुआ. हमें लगता था कि 5 से 10 रुपये की बढ़ोतरी होगी. अब जो है अब ये ज़रूर है कि पेट्रोलियम प्राइस ऐसा होता है कि सभी रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी इससे कहीं ना कहीं जुड़े होते हैं. सब्जी आप मेट्रो शहरों में लाना, गाड़ियों से आती हैं, उनमें डीजल पेट्रोल, उसमें असर पड़ेगा. लेकिन सरकार के पास उपाय नहीं था, और सरकार ने जो एक कदम उठाया है, मैं समझता हूँ कि इससे बेहतर कदम नहीं हो सकता.
जी, राइट. उदय, do you think states are in a position to prevent the consumers from reeling under the high prices that now have been affected? Are states in a position to reduce the VAT on fuel prices so that consumers are safeguarded to some extent? Because most are saying a lot of our states are not financially that well.
Well, practically speaking, maybe it will be the states of Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Punjab which will do it, because there are elections coming there. So possibly they are the ones which will give relief, because these things all have, of course, some sort of political, reasoning as well, these decisions, which is why many were criticizing the government, saying, why wasn't this done earlier? Was it simply because of the elections which were happening? People were wondering when this price hike will come. Will it be after the voting finishes? Will it be after the results? Will it be after the CM swearing in? But now it has come. But see, Prime Minister has made a base for it. He has already told people to stop, the petrol and diesel consumption. He has said switch to electric. He has said use public transport. These are all things that should happen as a matter of habit now. We have to be environmentally conscious, and PM has been a leader on environmental issues as well. Climate change, he's led the charge for the global south and how to combat it as well world over. He set the base for gold as well. He said, let's hold off buying for gold just for a year. Yeah. He understands gold is, it's very important for Indians. It's in our culture. Festivals mein buying hoti hai. There is buying for, of course, weddings and other social events. But he said, let's hold off. Then after that, you saw the import duty hike. So PM has given that cushion, and he's given the reasoning why. Everyone knows OMCs are bleeding. So this hike had to come, but it's come marginally. As Rakesh ji said, 3 rupees is not much. So it won't pinch the pocket. People were expecting much more. You have to look at this reasoning also. When people expect a hike of 10 and you just do 3, they're like, okay, we have to spend more, but it's fine. We are saved at least from 7 rupees. It could have been a 10 rupee hike. So I think the governments have balanced it. Yes, the onus now on states. We'll have to wait and watch, Kriti, how that pans out. But you know, the fact is that this also comes at a time when PM is in UAE.
Yes.
And he's signing contracts and he's signing MOUs there, and he's talking about energy security
Yes.
on how to boost that
Yes.
as well. So very timely visit, but a decision that was inevitable. It's not a surprise.
Sure. Now, three things that come to my mind. Firstly, take your mind back to the time when Prime Minister Modi was the Chief Minister of Gujarat and Chidambaram had proposed to the citizens to stop buying gold for a year. At that time, Prime Minister Modi had politicized the issue and given a statement to the Accord that your finance minister is asking women not to buy, Mangal Sutra, and denying that opportunity. Now it's a full circle. Prime Minister is making the same appeal. Although I stand with what the Prime Minister has said, it's wise to ask the countrymen to reduce use of fuel and, switch more and more to public transport and CNG, electric vehicles. One is that. Second, Siddharth, I want to ask you, like everybody is saying, it's only 3 rupees that has been hiked. Do you think what the government is doing is only a staggered increase in prices as of now? In the near future, we can see prices hiked even further, and it's only, they're giving shocks, quantifiable shocks to the people of India, because elections are still, UP is going to see elections next year. That my one question to you. And the other question is, of course, the Prime Minister is in UAE, also going after Jaishankar was there recently. Talk to us about the outcomes of this visit and how important this is for bilateral ties and for India, because UAE is among, I think the top 4 countries from which India gets its oil.
Coming first to the earlier point, that what is the messaging that is being given by the government, there are elections coming. I think we need to look at it beyond the lens of elections as well. Because before this price cut, let's not forget, the government did try to take most of the burden. There was a 10 rupee excise cut that was announced as well, which brought some temporary relief to the OMCs. So the government on their front, they've said that, we are doing everything that we can to ensure that the consumers are not burdened. Now, as far as politics is concerned, I mean, the opposition is definitely not going to come out and say, great, you increase the fuel prices. So that is always going to happen. Coming to UAE, I think beyond the agreement, something that has not been written on paper, but it is very crucial, is what's happening with Fujairah. Because considering the fact that 85% of our import, is dependent on that region, okay? You talk about the Fujairah facility, which was hit a few days back by missiles. And what is secretly, I think, happening behind the lines is the fact that, we are working to increase the capacity of that plant because a lot of our dependence comes from it. So I think this is the biggest takeaway as far as this visit is concerned. This is why this quick 2-hour stopover has happened, because originally he was just going to visit 4 countries, and he's decided, look, I'm going to go to the UAE for a couple of hours to do something very, very important and then move on. I think it's the Fujairah port, because that is a real strategic lifeline for India for the real long term, considering that UAE is now emerging as a very, very important player and a partner for India as well.
Which is why when Fujairah and all was attacked, the PM used to condemn it immediately, and the PM was continuously in touch with the Gulf countries during this entire war, which is on the ceasefire right now, but it's still not over. Let's remember, it's still not over, the war.
राकेश सर, क्या लगता है कितना महत्वपूर्ण है प्राइम मिनिस्टर का यूएई में विजिट? रशिया, इराक है सबसे बड़ा इंपोर्टर, जहाँ से हम इंपोर्ट करते हैं ऑयल, उसके बाद रशिया है, फिर यूएस, यूएई लगभग सेम 3rd 4th रैंक में रहते हैं. काफ़ी एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी के अग्रीमेंट्स हैं, आउटकम साइन हुए हैं. क्या है जो इंडिया ले सकता है यूएई से? लेट्स नॉट आल्सो फॉरगेट दैट प्राइम मिनिस्टर वाज आल्सो अकॉर्डेड द हाईएस्ट सिविलियन ऑनर बाय द यूएई a few years ago. आज और 2 months ago the crown prince was also in India.
देखिए कृति, ये प्रधानमंत्री का दौरा मील का पत्थर है, इसलिए क्योंकि गल्फ कंट्री में जिस तरह से भारत का खासतौर पे एनर्जी सेक्टर में आप $5 अरब का निवेश करने का यूएई ने घोषणा की है. रक्षा होगा, साथ ही साथ जिस तरह से तेल का, तो एक बड़ा प्रधानमंत्री का टेक अवे है इस विजिट से. और इसको लेकर आप जिस तरह से विपक्ष की बात कर लें या अन्य जो विशेषज्ञ हैं जो कि इसकी आलोचना भी कर रहे हैं, मैं उसमें नहीं जाता, लेकिन ये साफ तौर पे विजिट जो है एक महत्वपूर्ण है और $5 अरब का निवेश साथ ही साथ कई मसलों पर, ऊर्जा हुआ, साथ ही साथ रक्षा और तेल, तो ये काफ़ी महत्वपूर्ण समझौता है और भारत को गल्फ कंट्री में यूएई से जो संबंध है वो अपने उच्चतम स्तर पर प्रधानमंत्री ने एक ले जाने का प्रयास किया उनका।
Alright.
और आप ये भी ना भूलें कि यूएई का रुख पाकिस्तान के प्रति भी बदल गया है। यूएई वापस पैसे मांग रहा है उनसे, कह रहा है कि इनफ, वापस दीजिए अब।
And of course, also important at a time because visit of the Prime Minister is when UAE has also left the OPEC nations. And that makes this visit of Prime Minister more important because bilateral relations now become of paramount importance. And like Rakesh sir was saying, it's a high time that this visit had happened and these issues were discussed. For now, we'll limit our discussion to oil, fuel price hikes and what India can do to secure its consumers.
But what a good thing India has done to secure our students' future as well. Let's not forget, the NEET has gone online.
Uday will never listen to what I say. All right, let's talk about NEET as well then. Today, Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, Education Minister, has announced some key reforms, including that next year onwards, NEET will be computerized, it will be held online. He's in fact also taken responsibility and has acknowledged that there was a breach in the chain of commands. The government has taken the responsibility to fix it. And also said that whatever lapses are there are going to be addressed. As of now, the paper will be held. The re-exam is on the 21st of June. Students will get their admit cards. On the 14th of June, they can decide the place of the conduct of the examination. Any changes will be accommodated. And no retest fee refund will also be issued to the students. Rakesh sir, हर साल नीट में ही क्यों आपको लगता है इस तरह के लैप्सेस होते हैं, पेपर लीक्स होते हैं? बाकी भी तो एग्जाम्स कंडक्ट किए जाते हैं भारत में, यूपीएससी होता है, सीए के एग्जाम्स होते हैं और भी कहीं एनडीए के एग्जाम्स होते हैं, सिर्फ नीट ही क्यों हमेशा शिकार बनता है ऐसे लीक्स का?
कृति, आपने सही कहा। जिस तरह से कई वर्षों का अगर जिक्र करें तो नीट की परीक्षा में जिस तरह से लीक हुए हैं प्रश्न पत्र, इसको लेकर कई सवाल खड़े हुए हैं। पहले देखा, उसके बाद एनटीए की स्थापना हुई, एनटीए के बाद अब सीधे तौर पर सवाल खड़ा हुआ है। उसमें भी अब आमूलचूल जो हमारे सूत्र हैं एचआरडी मिनिस्ट्री में, उसमें साफ है कि आमूलचूल परिवर्तन उसमें होने जा रहा है। और ऑनलाइन जिस तरह से पहला बार धर्मेंद्र प्रधान क्योंकि सभी के निशाने पर हैं, क्योंकि 20 करीब 22 लाख जो हैं परीक्षार्थी जो हैं, अब आप देखिए कोई भी परीक्षा के लिए कितने बच्चे स्ट्रेस में रहते हैं, तैयारी करते हैं और उसके बाद अगर पेपर लीक हो जाए तो ये सीधे तौर पर सवाल खड़ा होता है। उन्होंने कहा कि अगले वर्ष से ऑनलाइन एग्ज़ाम होगा और ये सरकार का साफ तौर पे कहना है। और जो हमारे पास सूचना है, सीधे तौर पर जो सरकार के टॉप जो समझ सकते हैं कि जो पीएमओ है, इस पर ख़ास तौर पर ये साफ कहना है कि परीक्षा 0 लीक होना चाहिए। तो इसी को लेकर लगातार मंथन चल रहा है। कल आपने देखा कि देर रात तक बैठक चली धर्मेंद्र प्रधान के घर पर, उसके बाद आज प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में उन्होंने घोषणा की कि जो परीक्षा, हाँ, तो आप सारे की स्टेक होल्डर थे, साथ ही साथ सीधे तौर पर, क्योंकि जो हमारे सूत्र हैं इस बात को जानकारी दे रहे थे कि खुद जो है प्रधानमंत्री इसको लेकर काफ़ी नज़र रख रहे थे और सीधे तौर पर उनका कहना था कि जो पीएमओ से जुड़े हुए अधिकारी, उनका साफ तौर पे कहना था कि इस तरह की घटना रिपीट न हो, ये साफ तौर पर दिशा निर्देश। और इसी को लेकर आज धर्मेंद्र प्रधान ने जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की, उनमें तमाम बिंदुओं पर, और देखिए धर्मेंद्र प्रधान ने एक एक सवाल लिया। मैं उदय, आप जानते हैं कि धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जब प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस होती है तो मतलब आप जितने भी प्रेस रूम में मौजूद थे सभी लोगों को प्रश्न उन्होंने उसका उत्तर जवाब दिया। तो ये बड़ा सवाल सरकार के साख को लेकर विपक्ष ने सीधे तौर पर निशाना साधा था। आप अरविंद केजरीवाल का जिक्र करें, कांग्रेस का जिक्र करें, ये लगातार सरकार पर दबाव बनाने की कोशिश, लेकिन सरकार ने ये साफ किया कि जीरो लीक परीक्षा का आयोजन होगा और सरकार इसके लिए कटिबद्ध है। और साफ तौर पे जो है इसको लेकर जिस तरह से घटना हुई, जो जांच चल रही है उसको लेकर भी धर्मेंद्र प्रधान ने कहा कि हम इसको तह तक जाएंगे कि आखिर कौन से लोग इसमें शामिल रहे। लेकिन ये ज़रूर है कि जिस तरह से ये घटना प्रश्न पत्र लीक हुआ है ये दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है, ये नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी खुद जो हैं उच्च मापदंड बराबर लेकर चलते हैं।
But Siddharth, today when I had the press conference of the Union Education Minister, in 2024 also something similar had happened. Then again he had said that, we'd ensure there are no leaks, the committee was set up, the Radhakrishna committee recommendations were adopted. He's come out today and acknowledged there are still lapses. What really has changed? And what do you think this computer-based test is going to make the difference? Also, there are questions on the role of an insider. What's your take on all of these things?
So, after, as you mentioned, after the 2024 leaks that happened, the Radhakrishnan panel was formed. And this computerization of NEET exam isn't something that has come out of the blue. It was one of the key recommendations of the Radhakrishnan panel, obviously headed by a former ISRO chief. So, in 2024 itself, we had seen a lot of new measures being introduced. We had seen CCTV camera monitoring, the transfer of paper, which is the biggest issue here because.
In China, they use drones now.
But there's a
drones and robots are securing conduct of
yeah, but there is a paper leak which has happened in China yesterday as well. So that hasn't helped them as well. But if you're talking about, on a more serious note, if you're talking about zero leaks, okay, yes, a tight monitoring of insiders is the most important, because I don't know about the 2024 leak, but the 2026 leak couldn't have happened without insiders. You're talking about transfer of PDFs, you're talking about transfer. In that case, there was बीच में से ही paper निकाल दिया था in 2024, right? This is, we've done a digital transfer process.
The questions are the same.
Yeah.
From the guest paper.
Yeah, digital अपने transfer किया है, उसमें भी leak हुआ है. So it can't be possible without someone from the inside helping them. So yes, that person needs to be found out, and a strict precedent has to be set. Yes, while we are now in the process of implementing computerization and other things as well.
All right, on that note, we'll wrap up this discussion on News X. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.